Ooh, it did change something. I need to not do that anymore. Darn it. Let's go to live. And did it stop? Yeah, it did. Okay. So if I change the name of the title, it actually restarted another stream. So that's not necessarily a good thing. Not in this case. But okay, let's go and do this again. So today's question of the day is, why is the WWE more popular than ever? And it is amazingly popular. It's like the #1 YouTube search in India. Of all places, it is. Even worldwide, it's in the top 10 searches on Google. And I can't understand why this is happening. I am not a super wrestling fan. Now, don't get me wrong, I used to watch it as a kid Sundays. It used to play Sunday mornings here in my region when I was a kid. And even with my friends, we would have, spreadsheets and write names of our favorite wrestlers in the day, and we would wrestle couch on the couches and stuff. Make believe, but we were having fun as kids, pretending to be our superstars. And over the years, I did kind of watch it from time to time. And when was it? I think by the time the WCW started competing with the WW, well, in my youth, it used to be the WWF until it became the WWE. But in any case, I don't remember now when that change happened. But I do remember that there was two wrestling channels battling it out, and both of them were extremely boring. Like one was trying to bring in new talent that nobody knew of, and then the other one was trying to recycle all the known heroes from everybody's youth. So, not knowing the new guys, not caring about their storyline, and trying to recycle the same old storylines. Okay, they went with the NWO. Oh, new thing, new thing. Hulk Hogan's a bad guy now. It just, oh man, really? So I kind of really tuned out. And then I guess one bought out the other, merged with the other, and that's how those wars ended. And then came, I don't know, a different kind of era where it was a lot of, I would call it like adult oriented content. So they were trying to reinvent themselves again. Not sure that it was the best direction they could have gone in. Nonetheless, it wasn't for me. And then I remember Vince McMahon getting into trying to launch some football league. That didn't work out. And over the past couple of years, I haven't really been watching wrestling. But I've heard that he was facing certain allegations. and that probably his daughter would be taking over the company. That's the kind of rumors I last heard of. But a while ago, a couple of weeks ago, on my YouTube Shorts, I asked a question. Why is the WWE becoming so popular? And out of the blue, somebody actually answered me saying that Triple H kinda is in charge now, and he has a lot more control, and people are liking what he is promoting. So, as somebody who doesn't know nothing, I'm asking you, the viewers, what is it that Triple H is doing well that makes people tune in to the World Wrestling Entertainment? Is it the talent of the stars? Is it the story? I think somebody did mention that it's the new storylines that make sense. But like I said, I haven't watched it in so long. I'm asking you, the viewers, who know more than I do, what is going on and why it's so popular. And all I can remember back in the day, I have to be, more specific, I guess, onto why I stopped watching it. Everybody pretty much knows the Montreal screw job. And yeah, being a guy from Montreal, that didn't go down too well with me. And I'm like, okay, this is where this is at now. I'm like, this isn't for me. And then there was other things surrounding, the Hart family that kind of put me off and not really wanting to tune back in. No matter what the stories were and this and that, it was just the negativity around it just kind of didn't do it for me. And like I said, I kept in touch here and there over the time. Also, another thing that I didn't really like was the way China was kind of treated in the WWE. Yes, I've heard like both sides of the arguments. Needless to say that even though she did not have the talent to go up against other men, maybe she did have the talent to go up against other women, and it would have been a perfect time to branch out. And her relationship with Triple H, kinda, I get it now. Obviously, he did the good move. China was emotionally unstable. Obviously, everything the way that it happened contributed to her state of being or well being. I kind of don't agree with, making dumping somebody public is never a good thing. I don't know whose idea it was to broadcast it to everybody, but it's definitely not a good thing. But I understand today, obviously he did. I don't know if it was an emotional move, but it was certainly a political, if you want to call it that, move. So kudos for that. So yeah, so you see where, knowing sometimes too much information is a bad thing. If I could just come into it and I could watch the athletes perform and do the acrobatics around the ring, and hopefully I don't like injuries, so hopefully nobody gets injured. Everybody has a good time. We have good stories, because some of the stories, but they came up with the weirdest background stories for some of these wrestlers, which make no sense. So, I will go into studio mode here, because as you can see, I do have a cat that wants to go out, so I will address that, and I will be right back. Well, you saw it. The cats wanted to get into a wrestling match of their own. I sometimes. Oh boy. Anyways, I'm hoping you're having a good day and hope you were entertained by the cats chasing another. They could have gotten into a fight there. Yes, I broke it up because I don't want my kitty cats to get injured. And especially my little baby, he's been in a couple of real fights lately because other people's stray cats come around. He's gotten a few scratches here and there and bite marks and whatnot, so he doesn't need his older brother, picking on him today. Of all days, it's too hot. But it is what it is. So people, let me know, why is the WWE so popular nowadays? Which storyline, what do the storylines look like? Favorite? Let me know. Let me know which one is your favorite. Which one of the storylines? Let me do a little Google here. So, best WWE storyline. Okay, we can actually do a top 10 best storylines. We'll see how that one goes. That was done in July of this year. So the Brothers of Destruction, Kane's debut. I had, my buddy used to love Kane. I was iffy. John Cena, now I haven't really followed his career. I kind of do know that He's moved on to movies and television series. But versus the Nexus, I do not know who the Nexus is. Okay, and then at number 8 we have The Man. Becky Lynch's journey to WrestleMania 35. Can you believe it? 30. At the Money in the Bank 2018. Okay. So, The Man. Kind of weird because apparently she kind of looks like a woman. So, I'm very confused nowadays. The DX reunion in 2006. Okay, so apparently, yeah, Triple H and Shawn Michaels reunion, and but see, I can't get into it. I kind of started liking them when China was part of it, and as soon as everything started breaking up, I completely disconnected from. I never really liked Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. Triple H was always a worthy opponent, I would kind of put it as, but I never liked his finishing move. I never, it's like, duh, really? Boring. Not very athletic. Compared to, let's say, Jimmy Superfly Snuka. But in any case, it's like Hulk Hogan's finisher movie. There was not anything to write home about. Drop the leg. Shawn Michaels was okay, acrobatic, but nah, never liked him. He had this character of an a-hole. So no. Okay, Randy Orton versus the McMahon's family, 2008. See, I'm wondering what makes it good now. I've seen these on and off, and I don't know why they are considered some of the best. People have been telling me that the best stories are the ones that are now from the past 2 years, I think. So, Shawn Michaels' obsession with The Undertaker. Now, The Undertaker was kind of, whoa, okay, a Halloween special for me back in the day. Top 5 wrestlers. Hello, struggle. How's it going? How is it going? I sub to your channel. You play a lot of GT5, man. But okay. Good afternoon to you too. Top 5 wrestlers of all time. That's a good one. I mean, okay. Two right off the bat would be Jimmy Superfly Snuka, and then the other one would be Ricky Steamboat. I don't know if I liked him more when he was just a steamboat or when he turned into the Dragon Steamboat. I I just liked him in the ring. I'm forgetting his. Oh no, it's coming back to me. Eddie Guerrera. He was a phenomenal powerhouse and really, really into it. Yes, let's not forget. Well, actually, I'll keep him for the number one. So I've named what? One, two. How many have I named now? I'm confused. Ricky and okay, so I guess I'm up to three now. What would be three and four? Uh, I mean, I guess I kind of have to give dues to his contribution. Uh, I would probably go with The Undertaker. He's always been a he took the business seriously, and you're welcome. Yeah, went back to your videos. You've been playing that game for since forever. Dang. Okay, so I I would like to say I don't know who. Darn it. As number two, I kind of want to go with Andre the Giant, but let's face it, he was not an incredible wrestler by any. I mean, he had enormous size, but I guess I favor acrobatics and presence. And I don't know who I would put in number two. I guess I'll go with one that I never really liked, but had such a huge presence would be the Macho Man. Hated this wrestler, but to this day, sometimes I will mutter out words like the Macho Man, Ooh, yeah! Man, that guy just got under my skin. And yeah, to this day, this guy stays on the back of my mind. And the number one, obviously, the best that ever was, is, and will be, Bret the Hitman Hart. I mean, he brought everything to the game. Everything. I had a friend that was really into wrestling. Then we were young. I think Undertaker died sometimes in the early 90s, and he was crying like a baby. I guess that would be funny. When I guess he was retiring for the first, second, or fourth time, got put in his own tomb. I actually never really liked the Undertaker's character. I mean, and that other dude that would always hang out with them, and the manager, I could not stand him. Wrestling wise, I some of the fights were really long and enduring, and I mean, he wasn't the most acrobatic or stuff, but every once in a while he would surprise everybody and do the thing that nobody else thought that he could do, being a man of his size and everything else. But yeah, I mean, he contributed a lot, so much to the franchise. And always coming in on his motorcycle. Okay, I'm not a Harley dude, but still, bikers, respect. So I don't know. I don't know if, you know, I just remember a couple of first matches I started watching the WW. Back in the day, it was the F, World Wrestling Federation, before it changed to the E. But yeah, Jimmy Superfly, I mean, seeing somebody jump up from the ropes onto somebody was so different. Like, he would be followed by, or preceded by Blackjack Mulligan. So you had this tall, huge guy who would be more, I guess, of a boxer than a wrestler. But no, I mean, Blackjack could do some things, but that's what you kind of expected from a tall, big man. And then you had this Jimmy Superfly Snuka come in and jump all over the ring and in the air like he could fly. That really grabbed my attention as a kid and like, oh man, I gotta watch this. Okay. Yeah, so I was kind of watching your videos and stuff. Every day you're still playing, and every couple of hours, even if it's playing for 2 minutes, you're posting it up and stuff. Really amazing. So anybody watching, head on over or do a search for Struggle Boxing. He's got a lot of GTA footage. I didn't even know that in GTA you could have like these hovercrafts floating around. I thought it was just about cars and stuff. Or maybe I made a mistake and was that. No, I'm pretty sure that was in GTA. Like one of those speeders from Star Wars that floats in the air. Oh. So yeah, I actually watched some of it. I do that from time to time. So okay, I guess I'm getting back to the stories here. Like the bloodline. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Okay, I used to love when Rikishi, Scotty Too Hottie, and the other guy would win and the music started playing and they would be dancing. Thanks for the plug. Yeah, GTA is pretty wild now. So Rikishi, I think, let me do a Google on Rikishi. Yeah, okay. I did see a couple of his fights, but I cannot say that I'm a fan of his work, nor that I really follow it either. But Scotty Too Hottie and the other guy, yeah, I would be like, who are these other guys? I don't know them. So I don't know about the music and the dancing. I guess I'll have to. I don't know. I don't know if I want to rewatch it. It's just that, I'm looking at all these trends and what is popular. And of all places, India. India that is known for, I mean, India movie is getting to a point where it's much better than Hollywood. I mean, it used to be Hollywood was there and India was an indie film. That's how that term got coined, I guess. But now they're coming on to par. They have better stories. I just wish that they would have more English dubbed, subbed, or whatever movies, because their movies are really great. It's just that I'm stuck reading the subtitles instead of paying attention to the movie, but they're really well made. I do agree that, like Hollywood, their movies are too long now. They easily go into the 3 hours. So it's the same thing over. The action movies is the same thing over and over for 3 hours, which I think it's 1 hour easily too long. Or they can easily cut it in two and make two movies. After they won, it was funny when they did the dancing. I don't know. I guess I'd have to watch it. I do remember, there was often couple of wrestlers doing dancing on whatever popular, it's not that, yeah, I was never into the dancing thing, but I guess if it's silly and fun, it's a good thing. Apocalypto. Is that the South American Mayan thing? I think I saw that. Let me do a Google for that. Yeah, that is. Yeah, see, that's. I really, really like that movie. The dancing was just goofy. Well, I mean, they kind of need to have fun, so. And then the kids start dancing in the crowd, and I'm just looking here at the top stories, and I've like watched one episode per year in these days. Like 2011, I'm pretty sure I saw at least one episode of WWE and CM Punk's Anti-Corporate Rebel. See that they're putting it at like number 3 all-time greatest storylines, and from what I saw, boring. Danielle Bryan versus the Authority. And what year was this? 2013, and it involves Triple H. And Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon. Yeah, I kind of saw more than one back in the day, 1998. Yeah, up until the year 2000s, I was kind of watching on and off more often than I did afterwards. So I am aware of this story, but me not being a beer drinker, redneck, kind of felt like, okay, well, this is more for the American public. It's not really for the international public, I don't think. So I guess it never really, nope, never really. So I'm not a big fan of these top tens from, what is it, Cal now? Okay. First thing that popped up in the Google search, and I kind of don't agree with it. The 25 most believable and compelling storylines in wrestling history. Christian captures first world championship after Edge's retirement. Okay. I kind of do remember these two, but I think I remember Edge. I wasn't a big fan of his wrestling career, but then it was funny to see him like in Vikings and in other other shows. Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole. Don't know these guys. Yeah, I wouldn't say that I had gotten back into it, but I saw maybe over The Rock's wrestling career, maybe 5 of his matches, and I always did like him. He was very charismatic. He connected with the crowd. It was just fun and entertaining to watch him wrestle. But then other stories would come along, like Vince McMahon searches for his illegitimate son, These stories just got me disconnected. The breakup of the mega powers, Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. See, not a big thing there. Ric Flair, I never really liked Ric Flair. He's one of the greatest. He's all of these things. He's a self-made man and wrestler. But I never liked Ric Flair. Look up The Rock and Eddie Guerrero. You will laugh. Well, Eddie was really, really good at his thing too. He was one of those best easily. See, they're going back and forth to. I mean, Floyd Mayweather, really, really. Because somebody was telling me that the stories now are better than ever, and I'm not seeing none of these. Eddie tried arguing with The Rock, and The Rock keeps over talking him. Floyd really broke the Big Show's nose. Okay. Well, I hope that the Big Show got paid for it. Strangely enough, I never liked the Big Show until one day I saw an interview with the Undertaker talking, and he was asked which one was the most dangerous or real wrestler, in the locker room. And out of nowhere, the Undertaker said the Big Show. He isn't the most charismatic person, he isn't the most acrobatic, but apparently for a guy his weight, he and his height, he can and will pretty much wreck anything that comes in front of him. Where you seeing the Undertaker saying, "No, I would not want to fight the Big Show in real life or wrestle him in real life." No. I'm like, really? I always figured that, the Big Show was, there because of his size and not necessarily because he was a wrestling machine, but the Big Show made out with the guy full tongue in the movie McGrubber. Well, I mean, if he's paid for it, man, I guess you have to provoke stuff. But yeah, I don't think either one of them were great actors or whatnot. And I've never heard of McGrubber as a movie, so probably not gonna see it. And I'm not gonna be interested in seeing it for that scene either. But there's probably an excerpt on YouTube somewhere about that one. Yeah, I would probably look up Eddie Guerrero and The Rock talking it out more than I would be interested in the Big Show's tongue action. But I was just surprised that The Undertaker, came out and, black on white said, the most dangerous wrestler in the ring is the Big Show. I'm like, what? Of all these talented people, that's their answer? The Big Show? I'm like, really? Really? So I kind of never saw him the same way again. And I guess Vince never knew how to exploit him. But I guess also I was hearing that the Big Show didn't really take his career seriously. Like he was like, whatever, whatever, and he wasn't motivated to do his shows and to do his performances. He just showed up for the paycheck kind of a thing. So I kind of get it. Maybe, somebody told him, you'll never be the best, but we'll keep you on the payroll. And I guess he came in with that. I don't know. McRubber is a parody of MacGyver. Okay. Started out as a Saturday Night Live skit, then became a movie. It's funny, really funny. Chris Jericho is in it also. Oh man. Chris Jericho. I cannot. I don't know why the WWE back in the day did these kinds of things where you had Chris Jericho go up to the ring, take a microphone and do a talk show kind of a thing. I mean, I'm watching wrestling to see wrestling. Okay, I don't mind any backstory or something else. But when a show tries to pretend it's something that it's not, I tune out. I want to see some action. I want to see something, and it turns into this talk show that's going to turn into this fight that's not going to really be a fight. Everybody's going to run out of the ring, and hopefully one day a feud will be sparked from that talk show thingy. I did not like it. I didn't like the format. Well, you might like it. Both him and the Big Show get blown up in a van. uh, I'm the kind of guy that had a hard time watching Dumb and Dumber. It's dumb and it's dumber, and halfway through the show, I'm up, I'm hungry, I gotta do something else. I gotta disconnect from this disconnect movie. I'm not big into comedies, so yeah, no. I mean, everybody has their own thing. I mean, yes, am more a fantasy, sci-fi, gaming, anime kind of a person. But yeah, I used to watch wrestling as a kid. I'm kind of interested in knowing what's going on. I'm really surprised that it's gotten so popular that it's the most watched thing in India. India has their own movies, their own industry, and why are they watching the WWE? I'm like, what is going on here? So I'm hoping that some viewers can explain to me what makes the current storyline so good, other than telling me that Triple H is running the show now and that he's got really good storylines. What are these storylines? Like, are they cheesy storylines? Are they superhero storylines? Are they. What kind of storylines are we talking about here? I'm trying to Google the best storylines in the WWE, and I'm seeing here at number 4 Austin McMahon saga. Okay. Following the Montreal Screwjob, That's one of the reasons I stopped watching it, because I saw the Montreal Screwjob and was not a fan of everything that match was showing. The New World Order. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. By that time, I was tired of Hulk Hogan back when he was in his prime. Man, his advertisement for Saturday morning cereals got me, so disconnected from him. I was tired when he was in his prime, and having him come out of retirement doing the New World Order kind of let's get rid of this guy already. I kind of was hoping that Macho Man would take him out for good instead of becoming partners and then backstabbing with Elizabeth. And I never understood Elizabeth and all of that either. I mean, even for the 80s, I thought she had way too much makeup. So yeah, I can kind of understand The Undertaker. It was cheesy, but it was really well done. I kind of liked his storyline. Even though I love to hate it at times, I really hated his manager every time his manager would talk. I was very tempted to change the channel. So I don't know. Hulk Hogan was originally supposed to have the George Foreman grill, but he turned it down thinking it was a dumb idea. I bet that was one of his biggest regrets in his life. Well, I used to watch Foreman wrestle, and not wrestle box, you know. My father would watch it, so I would watch the matches. So, when he started doing the grill thing, and today he's actually more renowned for the grill than he is for his boxing career. How strange is that? I think Paul was his name. Paul Bearer or something like that. Man, every time he would talk, I just wanted somebody to punch this guy out. And unfortunately, The Undertaker also back in those days would just have this stare. He wouldn't actually talk. So a lot of this, I kind of like this storyline. I wish we could have done away with Paul Bearer. But then The Undertaker wasn't really talking much either. He would just stare at everything. But yeah, it was. I had, my friend used to love him. I mean, he also liked Kane. And then when apparently one was the brother of the other. But then Kane's story kind of changed. And I got really confused because there were so many rumors back in the day that Kane, the person portraying Kane, actually changed. Or maybe he got injured and somebody else was replacing him. And then he's like the brother of The Undertaker, but he's not the brother of The Undertaker. And then they did the face reveal where they removed the mask. Because of it, I never got into Kane, but I did like the fact that when he got on stage and the fire coming out of all four corners of the ring, I mean, that was nicely done. I just never really could get into his character. Ooh, I have a kitty cat that's thinking about coming in. So, stay tuned for live updates. Is the kitty cat going to come in or is he going to stay out? Find out shortly. If he starts looking inwards, probably because he's interested in coming in. But sometimes he just likes to sit there because it's higher and he can have a view of what's going on in the yard. Oh, yeah. So I guess that'll be it for my WWE show. I just wanted to kind of touch on this subject and see how people feel about it. Are you an artist? Oh, my cat does want to come in. Yeah, you were asking me that last night, and I don't understand what you mean by an artist. Like, I'm not a musician, I'm not a painter. I'm not a sculptor, but I did do stuff back in school in the day, and I was really good at it. Except everybody was telling me that, you know, the only rich artists are the ones that are dead, because artists don't make any money. And then my friend studied to become an artist, was hired by a gaming company to do 3D stuff, and then there we go. He made a lot of money being an artist. So you're looking at my logo, my little happy face there with the eyes. Well, see, I kind of liked it, but then I think I have to put my Jeep's name because, I'm JP, but my friends call me Jeeps. But the show is not about Jeeps, obviously. So yeah, I do all of my stuff. I did the overlays and stuff, but there's so many better ones out there, and even AI can probably create more better ones of these and stuff like that. So yes, I kind of do all of my stuff because, for one, I can't afford somebody to do them for me yet. So my logo, if you notice, kind of changed. And yes, my caricature of my self-portrait there, but that was done like, man, that was done almost 20 years ago. So I've kept it that long. Well, maybe not 20 years ago, maybe 15, 10, 15 years. 15 years ago, when I still had hair and I still had color in my beard and stuff, because now I'm all white and no more hair. But yeah, I was taking a class back then, and they asked us to do a caricature of ourselves. And I'm not really good at it, so I took a lot of input from the my classmates to do it. They're like, exaggerate the nose, exaggerate the bald spot on your head, and so it's not from all me from within. It's like I did an amazing sculpture when I was much younger, but every time the teacher would propose something, I'd incorporate it into my sculpture as I was sculpting it. So the final product was not the original vision I had for the sculpture, if that makes any sense. So I don't know if being an artist means you have the inspiration or you can adapt something as you go along. I mean, there's all kinds of, I guess, gray areas within being an artist. So, yes, I do have artistic abilities, but no, I am not an artist, if that would make any sense. You know, yeah, I'm not a singer, I'm not a dancer, I'm not none of these things, musicians, and I'm not a painter. You know, well, yeah, because you're smudging all your drawings and stuff. But okay, let's switch it over again. And I will go and bring my little kitty cat in. He's not the little one, that's the big one, but I'll be right back. So one comes in, the other one wants to come in. But okay. Hey, I don't know what you're doing this afternoon, but I'm kind of done talking about the wrestling thing, so I think I'll end that stream there and just start up a regular board and just chilling stream where we can continue talking about anything and everything. But I won some drawing contests when I was a kid. Do you still have those drawings? Okay, let me end this here and start up another general titled stream where we can talk about anything and everything. And okay, let's do this shortly.